What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. I've got a fairly large CD update for you guys today. I've got some Sigur Rós playing on the stereo, and I'm tired, and so I may not be the most energetic for this video, and I apologize for that. But I'm pretty excited about the stuff that I've gotten in, although that may not come through on this video quite like it should. So for that, I apologize. I want to give a shout out to a YouTuber by the name of Lip Balm Death. They've followed this channel for quite a while now, and actually gave me a heads up to this deal that I'm going to show, and I couldn't be more happy with what I got. So thank you for giving me the heads up on this. I've opened a package from Fossil Dungeon already on this channel, but this one is quite a bit larger. It came in this box, and it is packed. I have a ton of stuff in here. They barely could fit everything in this, so I'm super stoked about this, and I can't wait for you guys to see some of the stuff that's in here, because just about all of it is some awesome material. First up, I have a DVD, and this is from the I guess black metal band. They also I almost feel bad. I don't want to just call them a black metal band, because they have doom metal elements in their material, even some gothic metal in their later material. But this is a Forgotten Tomb with Darkness in Stereo, and then something that is not in English on the bottom. Everything that I'm going to show you is still sealed, because I haven't opened any of it yet. So I have a ton of stuff to go through over the next several days, possibly weeks, to listen to some of this stuff. Some of this I'm already familiar with, so I was super happy to see some of it in here. I guess we'll just kind of get to that as I go through it. Next up, we have some folk music. This is a Moonroot with Under the Ancient Oak. I received this in the last Fossil Dungeon box order as well. Must be having trouble moving these, but I found this album to be very enjoyable. I sent a free copy of this to Hells and Horrors in a trade that we did, and I haven't heard yet from Corey if he liked that or not, but apparently I've got another copy of that now as well. Next up is another one that I got in the previous box, and this is a Druid Lord with Hymns for the Wicked. Another fantastic release. I will put a link to Fossil Dungeon's eBay store in the comments, so you can go check them out. They may still have this bundle deal available. I'm not sure how many they have in stock. I'm going to try. They're packed in this box pretty tight, so excuse me. It'll take me a second to get these where I can get them out. Next up, we have some death metal. This is a Visceral Throne with the Those Who Have Fallen Beyond the Grace of God EP. Fantastic release. I believe that was on Comatose Music. Next up, we have I'm sorry if I mispronounced this, Begrime Eximios. I know I butchered that. I apologize. With the Enslavement Conquest. This is on Dark Descent. There was quite a few Dark Descent releases in this box, as well as quite a few Hell's Headbangers releases. I'm pretty excited to check this one out. It's new to me, so I may find something there that I really enjoy, because I'm pretty intrigued by the artwork on that. Next up, we have some more death metal. This is a Morgue with Eroded Thoughts. I'm pretty positive this is the repress, and this one's been out for quite some time now. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to pick up the artworks and stuff on this, because like I said before, they're all still sealed. Next up, we have Hypothermia, and I'm not sure what the name of this Svartkunst, I believe, is the name of this release. another new one for me. I haven't heard this this release at all, so looking forward to checking that one out. Let's see here. Next up, we have some death metal. This is Eternal Rest with Prophetic. Pretty interesting artwork on that one as well. I've seen this one going fairly cheap on eBay. I almost pulled the trigger on it a couple times just based on the artwork, but now I'm glad I didn't because I have it in this. Next up, I have a 2016 release that is fantastic. I was super excited that this was in this box. This is a Suicide with Mortalized in Suffering. If you haven't checked this one out, it's on Dark Descent. I believe it's a joint Dark Descent and Unspeakable Acts release. Do yourself a favor and check that out if you're into death metal at all. It's almost kind of thrashy death metal at times, but a fantastic release. Next up, we have good old Syntonex with Redeeming Filth. Syntonex is a death metal band that I used to enjoy quite a bit, and I kind of fell out of following them, so maybe this release will lead me to pick up some more of their newer material that I'm lacking in my collection. The next up is one that I was super happy to get in this box. Is by far my favorite release that I've received in this box. And it's another 2016 death metal release that's just fantastic. This is a Van Helgd with a Temple of Phobos. This is some Swedish death metal, I believe. I believe they're out of Sweden. And it's just an amazing release. I listened to this on repeat on YouTube with hopes that it was going to be in this box, and now I have my own copy that I can spin over and over, so I was super excited that that one was in there. Next up, we have Abhoming with Larvae Awful Swine. Not familiar with this one. I'm assuming it kind of throws me off with the artwork and the lettering, and because it almost has a black metal vibe. Then I'm guessing it's probably black and death metal just from the looks of the stuff on it. But that's another one that's going to be new for me to check out. Next up, we have Zombieification with Procession Through Infestation. That's some very dark artwork on that one. I'm sure you won't be able to check that out. I mean, be able to see that. But if you can, it's pretty sick artwork on that. But it's just super dark. Another fantastic 2016 release in this box. This is a Hemotoxin with Biological Enslavement. Technical death metal. Amazing release. I could see some of these boxes, some of these CDs in this box ending up in my end of the year list just after I have a little bit of time to just spin with them. But this is another amazing release that was in this. This is another Dark Descent and / Unspeakable Acts release. So just some amazing stuff from those labels in this. Next up, we have Karas Forest. And I'm assuming it's self-titled. This is on Hell's Headbangers. Has a bit of a black metal vibe to this. Maybe a black and death metal. I'm not quite sure. But that will be another new one to me to check out. The next one is one that I already owned as well. But this is some pretty amazing doom. This is Lurk with Caldera. I enjoyed this release immensely. And I'll find somebody that will enjoy it as much as me to give that one to. We've got some brutal death metal. This is Serox with and when the Sky Was Open. I believe that came out in 2016 as well. So there was quite a few new releases in the. Now this came out last year, 2015. I knew it was a fairly new release, but there's quite a few new releases in this box. Usually, when you get these grab bags and mystery boxes, they're all older releases that they just weren't moving, and this one's got quite a bit of new stuff. I was super pleased with it. Next up, we have another. I was listening to this one earlier today. This is a black metal release. This is I I know I butcher a lot of these names, and I apologize for that. This is a Shidim with Shrines of the Void. This is another Dark Descent release, and this had some definite Marduk or even Gorgoroth vibes within just the first couple of tracks. When I checked this out, like I said about the previous release, I was listening to them on YouTube because I haven't opened any of these yet, but they will be opened in the fairly near future. We got some death metal coming up. This is a Necrofilth with Devil's Breath. Amazing release. And this one's on Hell's Headbangers. We have a Split album. This is Temple of Baal and Ritualization are the two bands on this. And the name of the split is the Vision of Fading Mankind. Having trouble talking tonight too. I probably didn't need to make this video. I probably should have just gone to bed and held off and made this video when I wasn't so tired. But I don't see a break from my work schedule anytime in the very near future. And next week I'll be tied up with Thanksgiving and family and so forth. So this is probably the only chance that I had to make this video. Next up, we have another black metal release. I believe this came out in 2016 as well. It doesn't have a date on the Digipack, but I'm believing it came out this year. This is a Nox Formulae with Hidden Paths to Black Ecstasy. I haven't listened to this one yet, so another one for me to check out. I'm going to have plenty of albums to check out within the next few months when I'm having to space out after family functions and with my wife after her surgery. So definitely have plenty of stuff to listen to while I'm in the hospital with her. Next up, we have a Neurogenic with Auroboric Stagnation. Yeah, this is another brutal death metal release. Amazing release. Believe this came out this year as well. Yeah, 2016. So if they have any of these boxes available still, I recommend you guys jump on them. I got 36 albums in total in this, and shipping and everything, it was free shipping. It was $33.95, so it was $34 for 36 albums, and I got some amazing releases in this. I would have spent more than that on about 3 of these albums that I probably would have ended up buying anyway, and I've got plenty of other fantastic releases just as a bonus. Next up is this is some straight heavy metal. I already own this release. This is October 31st with Meet Thy Maker. This is the repress, I believe, for Hell's Headbangers. But that's a very fun album if you haven't listened to that. Next up is another one. I believe I got this in the previous Fossil Dungeon box. This is Unburied and Seeking Obscure split. So some more death metal. There's quite a bit more death metal in this box than the previous boxes that I've bought. We got some more Doom. This is Horse Latitudes with Awakening. And you might have trouble seeing that artwork on that. I was listening to this one a little bit yesterday as well. This is Ragnarok with Psychopathology. Another 2016, just hateful black metal release. So we're getting close to the end, guys. I'm not going to stretch this out just too long, but I was super excited and wanted to show everything off that came in this. The next one is Perverser with Anti-Cosmo Crater. Not familiar with this one. I'm judging probably some black and death metal from the vibes that I'm getting to this from this artwork. Can't talk. I apologize. Some more death metal. This is Usurperus with the Regal Tribe. I believe this came out this year as well. I know their previous release was an absolute banger. Haven't checked this one out yet, so super excited to do that as well. I don't know where I'm going to find time to listen to all these and check them out, but I will make time. Next up we have Nuke, and this is self-titled. I haven't heard them before. I'm believing they're some sort of punk, is from what I read. I'm not just too familiar. I'm not familiar with them at all. But as you can see, it's got the guy with the mohawk, little skeleton with the mohawk there, and I believe I read that they were some sort of punk. So it had pretty solid reviews for that album, but punk's not just one of my favorite genres, so I don't know. We'll see how much I like that one when the time comes to check it out. Next up, we got some more Forgotten Tomb. This is a 3 with Love's Burial Ground. This is the repress for that. Amazing release. This is a very blackened album from this band. Has a few doomy elements in that as well, but mainly that's when they were headstrong in their blackened era. Next up, we have Vomiter with I can't read that. The Escalation. The Escalation. Vomiter with the Escalation. Pretty sure this is a repress as well. I know that artwork is super dark, that black on red. You may not be able to check that, just make that out. But I've got 5 more, and then I'll stop stuttering and leave you in peace. Next up, we have Strike Master with Up for the Massacre. Very interesting look to this one. Not familiar with this. So, looks to be from Blower Records. So, that will be another new one for me to check out. Sigur Rós is about to put me in a coma. I'm going to have to turn this off, or I will be drooling on myself in no time. Next up, we have Phobocosm with Bringer of Drought. I know I've got a terrible glare going today, and I apologize for that. I'm not sure when this release came out. I know it's pretty recent, but I'm not sure when this came out. So, next up, we have Shards of Humanity with Fractured Frequencies. Pretty brutal looking artwork on that one. I know you can't make it out between the plastic and all, but pretty brutal artwork on that. I'm probably going to enjoy this one quite a bit because this is also, for what I'm saying, Unspeakable Acts and a Dark Descent dual release. Next up, we have Abysmal Lord with Disciples of the Inferno. Looking forward to checking this one out. I've heard some things about this band, and I've just never gotten off my tail to check them out. So now I have no excuse. And then last up, we have some black metal. This is Spectre with The Art to Disappear. I owned a Spectre album in the past. I wasn't super keen on it. It wasn't this album, so maybe I'll go back and enjoy it a little bit more now. I think I gave away the last one that I had, but I will definitely check this release out and give it a shot. But like I said, that was all. I've got all 36 of those releases for like $33.95 and free shipping. I'm amazed at how good of a deal that was. So Lip Balm Death, thank you for the heads up on that. And I will leave a link to the Fossil Dungeon eBay in the comments, and hopefully in the description, and hopefully they'll still have some of these available. I apologize to you watching from the constant stuttering and unable to get my words together tonight. But like I said before, I'm super exhausted. But thank you guys as always. I appreciate all the likes and subs. Everything from the contest has been shipped, so your items are on the way. By the way, thought I'd let you know that. And I'm going to bed. Stay classy, you guys. I'll see y'all next time.